YouTube. No state secret. No state secret. I was just on Justice for All's channel. Many of you guys were already over there. So, you know, what am I'm absolutely frustrated and a little bit perturbed, okay? Because the people that are saying that this poor lady, Brandy Neal, found out by Bullhorn Betty that her son was dead. No, she didn't. She found this out by her friends that said they cared about her and her well-being, but decided to trot her up like a show pony on their channel to get the raw emotions of a woman that is learning that her son is potentially dead. And these are the people that say they care about this woman. These are the people that say they don't want any harm to come. Then why would you do that on your live? Why? I do not have Brandy's number. I don't call Brandy or speak to her regularly. I covered her son's case. I spoke with her directly. I went out there and helped. That's what I did. This whole idea that she did not learn this from me. She learned this from her so-called friends. Again, live on their channel. Because all she is to them is a click in a view. I had no idea that law enforcement has not told her about these charges. That's not my fault. People are saying, well, I knew, but I had integrity and didn't want to. No, you didn't. You didn't know. And I can tell you, if you knew, you would have picked up the phone and called her to ask her about it instead of doing it on live. You chose not to do that. You chose to destroy this lady on your live in front of your audience and then lie to her about how this information came about. Because you hate Bullhorn Betty so much that you would rather destroy a woman that has a child missing to try to destroy me. Well, I'm not going to do it. The only thing you did was destroy a woman you say you care so much about on your live. That's all you did. If you think that this is going to be biting Bullhorn Betty in the ass, it's not, because everybody saw I did everything above board, legit and not underhanded, and followed Brandy's explicit instructions to you. Explicit instructions. Quit peddling misinformation and only communicate what you learned from law enforcement, and that's exactly what I did. If they failed to tell this woman, Brandy Neal, or her family, that a woman had been charged in connection with her son, this lady was about to go to court for failing to report her son's death. Who would keep that from her, knowing it was going to be breaking on the news and breaking on YouTube? What kind of idiot made that decision for her and for her family? That is not Bullhorn Betty's fault. For all the despicable people that chose to run with the story without doing your due diligence, screw you. You are part of the problem, not Bullhorn Betty. What you did to that woman yesterday was despicable. And I'm talking to you, Purple. It was despicable. And don't you dare try to convince the rest of YouTube that you give a damn about this lady, because if you did, how you did what you did, you would have never done. You would have never, ever, ever did that on a live if you gave a damn about Brandy at all. So don't you dare put Bullhorn Betty in your fucking mouth again. And if anybody has a problem with the way I'm talking, too bad. Too bad. I don't usually cuss on here. Over the last month, I've said a lot of horrible language, and that I'll have to deal with at a later date. But I will be damned. How sick can you be to do that to that woman? How sick? Don't sit here and say because I got some public record from the police department that I'm at fault here. No, I'm not. One, the police department should have told that lady about her son. Period. They should have never allowed her to learn from it from the news, because as we know, the news dropped while I was live. So either way, she would have found out on the news or on YouTube, whether or not it had anything to do with me. But I guarantee if it was Purple that broke it, everybody would be okay with it, right? Exactly. Exactly. My point exactly. Because when we watched their live, they didn't seem to know jack shit about this news. And neither did Brandy, and that is unfortunate. But I can run my cases the exact same way from case to case, and I'm not going to apologize for it. Law enforcement owes Brandy a huge apology. Purple owes that woman even a bigger apology. How dare you? How dare you? And Brandy, these people are using you. Stay off the internet, please. Do something to help whatever you're going through. You do not need YouTube during this time. If I can give you any loving help, you know, I'm sorry that they did what they did to you, and I'm sorry that law enforcement released that information to the public, but I had nothing to do with that. And you know darn well I do not have your number, nor any way to contact you. I have a source. Everybody was asking that leave the family alone. I'm not trying to, rock the boat, especially this kind of news. I would have never called Brandy and asked her to confirm this kind of news with me, because she's a grieving mom. Who does that? Who calls a mother to confirm whether her son is dead or not? Who flippin' does that crap? Do you guys not have 1 ounce of a moral compass? Give me a break. She didn't learn from me. She learned from you. And she learned from you on a live broadcast. That shows no integrity whatsoever. So I don't know what your definition of integrity is, but that ain't it. That ain't it. But no, you're not going to sit here and blame me for doing my job. You need to blame the people that are at fault in this debacle, which is law enforcement. They have done a great job, but every case has its own little problem. This is this case's problem.